it just tonight. Sorry.
Hello and welcome back to the finishing line. What's wrong, Tom?
There's literally a blue line to tell you when it's going to cut out.
We're discussing which one of the four we're watching.
My eyes are just automatically drawn to Galloping all the time.
That's a lot of rain.
But we'll try that again. Hello and welcome back to the finishing line. Me and Andrew basically dressed the same colour. Tom kind of got the memo because half his t-shirt is almost the same colour. And this is our first weekly Ante-Post betting tips for the Cheltenham Festival in 2023.
That sounded so good.
What would you call that, lads? Is that salmon, that colour? Salmon?
Yeah, mine is salmon, I'd say, yeah.
It's not salmon. Yours is... I don't know what yours is.
Nice.
Yours is more purpley.
Yeah.
Mine's more wine colour. Yeah. It's out your...
Head.
Hair? I was going to say.
Last year, we all made profit on these videos. Tom, I think, done the best. Andrew stuck with the kind of tried and tested route. I had a lot of injured people
you
that
stuck
didn't
with
turn
your
up.
tried and tested, killed a few.
We had another top of the game style winter. I forgot what I was going to say there. We are
doing a great job of this first day presenting.
Yeah, we are going to do one selection each.
Wait, no, I have a graphic.
It seems a bit low, does it?
What is? Your voice?
Tom, talk there for a second.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It must be the rain that's absolutely milling down outside.
Hey, twice now I've gone to do this, and I've forgotten the twice I've gone to do it. Is you know the Liz Truss now GIF where she goes to ask the questions and pauses some reason for about 10 seconds, and she's
is that the Prime Minister one in England?
Yeah. I keep going to put that up and say. Dave looking for some Ante-Post selections that aren't dead or injured.
Shut up. Always do it.
Yeah.
There's just the butt of the jokes here today.
Sure. That's what you do.
Anyway, Andrew is going to give you the rules.
No, you can read
Okay, I'll read them.
There you go.
Andrew's the computer man these days. So our Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post rules, one selection per episode. A win or each way, because we kind of had a few discussions about that last year.
Last year?
Yeah, because...
Today?
No, the each way part.
Oh, sorry.
We're going to try and have the same amount of selections at the end of the series. Not all have different numbers, so however many weeks it is. And some weeks we may have more than one, but we'll all put up two or whatever those weeks.
What the hell does the top of it just say?
Yeah, but there might be a week that, like after Christmas, that we want to change it up a bit. And may the best man win.
Oh God Almighty!
Lads, you won't know, and I wouldn't like you to see the messages. But this has been hotly debated today. How we are going to lay this out. So we said, right, Andrew, that's fine. You go with that, pal. And then Dave has just changed it.
The last time it rained like this place flooded, just so you know.
This didn't flood. Out
there flooded, yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm a bit worried, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We've had worse rain.
It sounds pretty bad out there.
It's just started here as well, actually.
Andrew wants to talk about the news that just arrived as we were spinning on down the road here, that they are going to make an announcement about the 5-day Cheltenham Festival tomorrow. And Joe Holden has put in a 5-day festival is 1.01 on Betfair. I think that means it's a near certainty, Tom. I don't do the Betfair crap.
It's the lowest price you can get on Betfair, 1 to 1,000.
I was right.
So we're having another day in the pub, it seems.
Yeah, I'm neither here nor there about it.
No, we literally were going to talk about it before we came on. Tom was just saying, what races will they add?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, Tom?
It can't be all handicaps and stuff like that.
There's 100% going to be a veterans chase, and if there's not, I'll be highly disappointed.
But there'll have to be
championship veterans chase. It sounds so wrong, but yet so right.
There'll have to be a graded a Grade 1 race in the middle of the card like the other days. There have to be
They're
a
going to
highlight at
have
some
to bring a
stage.
2.5 mile
hurdle.
hurdle.
Tom doesn't want that.
I don't want it either. They can keep that at entry.
I'd say that's quite highly likely. Like they bought the Ryanair in, didn't they? However many years ago. So to bring in a 2.5 mile race might make it interesting. It also, I don't know how closely they work or whatever, but looking up to the heavens, guys.
No, the roof is going to fix.
We're going to get washed away, yeah.
But I'm sure Cheltenham would like to capture those horses who might wait for Aintree or Punchestown into a 2.5 mile hurdle division at the festival. So look, it's possible. I think the thing is they need 2 races, don't they? If they cut it down to 6 races a day, they need 2 extra races. Throw in a bloody... I'd actually nearly rather they threw in handicaps and kept the graded races the way they are.
What more
Do you think they will actually cut it down to 6 races on the days?
Yeah. Otherwise, they have to put 7 races out of there somewhere. Where did what?
Because Nick Luck was obviously it's a flat meeting, but he was talking about the Champions Day and 6 races not enough for people watching the track and from home as well.
It's always 7 just seems perfect. 6, yeah. It's underwhelming, if I'm honest.
Well, Cheltenham in itself is not underwhelming.
No, but it's you'll always go to Jesus. If this was 4 days, you'd be still here in another race to look forward to.
Yeah, this is true.
I said on this when we were discussing it at the end of last season. I wouldn't. I think it's going to happen. So I think it's almost one of these that you need to get with it, and maybe we needed to everybody put their points forward. Not that people are going to listen to. They're certainly not going to listen to us, but I don't think they're going to listen to half the people who they say they're going to anyway. I saw someone saying they were going to listen to the members, Cheltenham Racecourse members, stuff like that. So that'll be interesting to see what those people kind of have to say. But if they reduce the crowd numbers, that would get me on board with a 5-day festival. Because I just think I've been to Gold Cup Day a couple of times, and as I said, look, unless touch wood, Pimlico ever get a runner there, I wouldn't be in a mad rush to go back. It's just way too busy, way too busy. The other days are busy enough, but Gold Cup Day especially is just absolutely rammed. Can you imagine what a Saturday is going to be like? Everybody's like, people are off work. It's the most likely day that people can get there. It will be absolutely jammers. If they made that a 90,000 capacity, it would sell out.
This is another thing.
I have to say,
where do you move the Gold Cup?
There'll have to be a big race on the Saturday for middle of the Saturday.
And what do you replace it with?
I don't know, but
Stairs hurdle and Ryanair on Friday.
This is what I'm on about. You have to find another championship race.
Yeah, it has to be another one.
You cannot build one day without a championship race.
No, and
they'll move to Ryanair.
Yeah, but what replaces Ryanair then?
It's on Thursday. So
yeah.
I don't like.
That don't sound good at all.
It's championship racing. There's so many like Grade 1 races on each day. You can't. I can't think you throw Saturday down and only have one Grade 1. I can't see that happening. But I'm of the same opinion as a good few of the comments. If they're making it 5 days and only putting 6 races on each day, I just prefer to stay at 4 days then and just have what we have at the moment.
I really don't see the need for 5 days. There's actually no, like the need is there. It's the BHA want more money. It's the Jockey Club want more money. That's all there is. But as in a races and quality wise, there's nobody banging the door down. We need another day.
Yeah. There's been some good comments there because someone said like adding a day to the biggest betting festival of the year where they're trying to restrict everybody's accounts and stop people betting. It's that's no sense to that as well. And
but they have to bring back that novice chase then.
Yeah,
they have to bring back there was
a comment again saying that the novice handicap chase, which was a good race. I mean, Absolute Tom won that race, and it used to be on the end of the first day,
Monday,
Tuesday.
Monday.
The horse we were talking about last week, Hunt Ball, won it as well.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good race, but
a mare's novice chase I wouldn't be against. It's very hard for them to compete against those geldings. Yeah, maybe
that looks the obvious race with the mare's chase, and
Kuba was there, the mare's bumper, because they have a mare's bumper, a Grade 2 mare's bumper, Dublin Racing Festival.
We don't need any more bumpers.
No. And that's a diabolical
race.
We
don't need another day. It's just purely money-wise, but it will dilute the product, but you will still get that many people through the gate at like 100 quid a ticket. So it's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Does it lose a bit? Like, if the day doesn't live up to what the Cheltenham Festival is, does it lose that bit of razzmatazz?
I don't think so.
It has to live up to the hype of the Cheltenham Festival.
We all joke about every race at Cheltenham is not the best, and we say, like, the Fred Winter and so on and so forth, that you don't have a bet, but nearly every year you just watch them all, and they are all part of something good, like. So I don't know, maybe it won't be the best day, but
and they're not going to add any more long distance races because they got rid of the 4-miler.
I have to agree with Chris. You Toxer are going to be spewing. That's their biggest day of the year. Like,
that's true as well.
Saturday is their biggest day.
They'll have to move that. They will have to move it.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
Is the 5-day festival? Tom, check Betfair there just to see what the odds are.
I couldn't find the market. I did have a quick look. Would be under specials. No, I can't find a market on it. No. It would be 101 now. Like, it's going to happen, isn't it? So. Did any of you see the racing in Australia for the Everest and the whole crowd singing, and there was like 75,000 there or something, or like young people as well? Looked insane. They were playing Sweet Caroline, I think it was, over the tannoy, and the whole crowd were singing it and stuff. And like, looked a really good atmosphere. People going racing, people having a good time. And all I could think of is, God, if Cheltenham saw that, they'd shiver. Crowds singing.
Did that happen last year?
Yeah, it happened last year. The crowd started singing, and the uproar about it. It's like
wow.
Come on, get with it.
One of the members here went to the Melbourne Cup a couple of years back.
Did it?
Yeah, he got the TriCast up in the Melbourne Cup.
Oh, wow.
He won like $4,000 or something off the toe. Or whatever it is over there. It was a good day. Don't mind that. We'll leave Cheltenham talk and talk about a few horses that we've seen. The jumpers are
Cheltenham talk. Let's talk about Hewick who's going to the Gold Cup.
Cheltenham 5-day festival talk. But a few of the regular jumpers and new stars, maybe. Andrew's going to give out about him anyway. I think Tom likes him. Firstly,
I'll get it straight in a minute.
Big Gordo done his thing over in America, and the Shark done his thing over in America. Gordo had 2 winners over there.
A couple of English only races.
Yeah, they might win a few races then.
Ah, brilliant.
And Hewick won, in my estimation,
he won a 2 mile 4 handicap hurdle that could be running around Plumpton.
A 2 mile 4 handicap hurdle. But he won 250 odd grand for it. So
is a genius.
Very good. We found out why Shark is called Shark. I didn't know, and it's not as fun as I thought it was going to be. It's just a hurling thing.
I was hoping he went swimming in Australia.
Yeah,
or South Africa,
he got bit by a shark, and
then he started baiting the hell off the shark, and apparently not. It's not as exciting as I thought it would be.
Hewick done the business. I like Hewick. He's a good horse, but I think he's a top-end handicapper. I don't see that he would win a Gold Cup, or, there's probably 5, in my opinion, 5 or 6 Grade 1 horses that would be ahead of him. If he runs in a fair play and if the ground is good, he'll probably give a good showing. But to me, no. I'd say Andrew's probably the same. Tom, I think he has a chance. But Tom, I'll leave you take this away. What did you think of Hewick yesterday and his chances going forward for the Gold Cup?
Yeah, I think he was very good. It's hard to know that with that form over in the States, obviously, but fair play to them for going over. They've won a load of money going over. It sounds like they've had a great time partying over there as well. It looks like really good fun. I'd love to bring a horse over there at some stage. It looks like savage. But no, Hewitt has improved no end this year, hasn't he? Like to go and win the Galway
American
Plate.
Stair Turtle.
The American Stair Turtle. The Galway Plate is the one I was looking for. Off of 155, he was going to win the Kerry National off 163. Like, those performances are insane. He's now rated 167. All he's done is improve. And I honestly think he would have a chance of placing a Gold Cup. I don't for a minute think he'd win. I think there's something there definitely to beat him. But you, like, just go for the market for a second. You've got Gallup and Deschamps at the top of the market. Fine. I think he's probably a better horse than him. Plutar is a better horse than him. Allaho, not going to run. Ahoy Senior, coming out the novice ranks. Lahon Presse doing the same thing. Monkfish, very, very fragile. Statler, I'm not 100% convinced by either. And then you're into Capodanno, who I do not think would stay 3 mile 2 in a horse box. You've got Galvin there, who I don't know the vibes I get. They don't. I don't even think they'll run. They might not even run there. I think they're aiming at the Grand Nationals and stuff maybe. And Hewitt's they're at 33 to 1. Then next on the list, the same price as Dusart, Farrak Delen, and Protectorat. I think that horse is going to be aimed there, and that's a solid each way price, 33 to 1. I think he may well to not spoiled the show for a few weeks' time, but I think if I'm struggling for one week, I think I'd put him up each way for the Gold Cup. The way that's shaping up at the minute, he's going to have a break now, so I don't need to do that. But if I'm struggling for 1 week, I could well put him up because he's tough and consistent. He runs a lot. He's very hardy, and he's improving, and he's winning those big handicaps off massive ratings. So, I think he'd have a chance to place him.
Andrew?
Right, here's my whole thing with it. A lot of people, and there's a lot of people saying this thing has a massive chance in the Gold Cup. This thing has no hope of winning the Gold Cup. You can argue with me till the cows come home. He has no hope of winning the Gold Cup. There's no two ways about it.
What about placing in the Gold Cup, though? I think we agree on winning a Gold Cup.
As of now, if all these horses here, obviously take out the ones that we know won't run the Alahos and all that, he will not place in the World Cup. He's not better than Galvin Deschamps, Plutar, the High Senior, Lahon Presse, Galvin Statler. We don't know how good Monkfish is anymore. Protectorat, he was close enough. I'd have him then in over him any day of the week. This horse has never run at Cheltenham. This horse has never run in a Grade 1. This horse first run a Grade 1. Do not tell me last night was a Grade 1. It's a Grade 1 in A. Go away from me. His first run in the Grade 1 will be in the Gold Cup. Do me a favour, please. Stop with the nonsense. He has no hope in hell of winning the Gold Cup. If it's a 6-7 runner race, yeah, fair enough, maybe he will. If all these horses that are coming out in novice, Galvin Deschamps, better than him. Plutar, miles better than him. A High Senior, going to be better than him. Allaho won't run here. Lahon Presse is going to be better than him. Galvin right now is better than him. You can tell me what rating he is. I couldn't give a shit. That's one man's opinion that rates horses higher than God only knows, and the half end up being absolutely diabolical. Statler, to me, will probably be better. The way he won that 4 mile, the way he won the 4 mile last year, he could be anything. He's probably better than Brave Man's Game. I give him that now. Look, no, just no. See, he's had to win the Galway. He's a very good, very, very good handicapper. I'm not taking anything away from like that. Very, very good handicapper. He's not a Grade 1 horse. And his first run is going to be in a Gold Cup. I'm trying to hold back and swearing here.
Yeah, don't hold back.
It's ridiculous. Do me a favour, like.
His face is blending with a jumper.
I'm getting very angry.
See, the thing about it is, someone put in the comments, and someone said, like, he's rated 167. You can't call him a handicapper. All he's won is handicaps. That race yesterday was not a Grade 1. So he is just a handicapper at the moment. Just a highly rated one at that. Someone said, wait till you get 5 places on the day, actually Friday of Cheltenham in 2023, which I agree with, because you're not going to see him again till the Gold Cup.
Mm-hmm.
He's already said that, right? He wants good ground. He does not like soft winter conditions. He'll probably run on good soft on the Friday at Cheltenham. He's going there, but he'll be forgot about all winter. And I can't see much difference in the price, because he's not going to be beating the horses that Tom and Andrew have already mentioned. And on the day, you'll probably get bookies will offer like 4 places, 5 places on the Gold Cup. And if you want, I don't know what's going on with the weather. And if you want to back him then at a wild price on the day, I don't really have an issue with it. And he might run into a place depending on the ground. But I don't really think he's a good bet at the moment.
Like, he's beating horses. He was going to beat Bustleton at the Kerry National, right? Giving him, what was £17 or something?
He was giving him a lot of weight, yeah.
Bob Allinger and Gallant Lachamp
You're going to punch me in the mouth there.
Bob Allinger and Gallant Lachamp, they were carrying £15 more in the marsh. Would they beat him by that much? Yes. Is he as good as them two? No.
He was giving Bustleton £21.
That's a good performance. It was.
We're not arguing the performance or anything like that.
I like you.
I'm putting it into realistic perspective.
I like
this
you.
Is realism now.
I'll call it as the first one on Hewitt. I backed him for the race he won.
You were on him last year.
Yeah, I put him up for the bet 365.
You put him up for some mid-race.
I put him up mid-season race at Uthoxter or Kelso. I think it was Kelso. It was the Kelso National, or whatever, the Borders National, or whatever it is up there. So I like Hewitt, but no, I don't see him as a Gold Cup horse. Good horse.
I think he'd be placed in it for what it's worth.
There is no arguing he's a good horse.
There'll be match bets on this come the Gold Cup day, I think, lads.
But people are getting so carried out. This horse has never ran in a Grade 1. He's never going to go that pace until he runs in that race. I say it the whole time, when you have these maiden hurdlers, these novice hurdlers, and then they're thrown into Grade 1, they haven't a clue what to do. They're banging into fences, they're banging into hurdles. You can say he's running a handicap. Handicaps are different to Gold Cup. I don't care. And you haven't ran around Cheltenham. You haven't come across these horses that are going to get you out of your comfort zone a mile into a race. That's the big difference.
Yeah, it is.
He won a Grade 1 though yesterday, sure. He beat no one in the Arkle.
Stop talking about that now. Today we had
enjoy that. You never get this with bloody.
We had 2 good old timers win at Kempton today. Mercurian Prince and Sorreal. And Sorreal was literally in a hat canter jog around, not a bother.
He stopped at 3/4 of the hurdles.
He was asleep coming around the bend to be pushed along. Yeah. We're actually racing today.
He literally stopped about 4 times jumping hurdles. He went, oh, wee.
And you just, I was actually sitting down. The telly had on the telly the match on one side and the other, and my mother was beside me. And I was just saying, like, she'd watch a bit of the race, and you just don't get the same buzz off the flat. Like, it's just not there. Like, seeing that horse 10 going on 11 and he battering everything today is just epic.
Fantastic. Himself and Mercy and Prince. He's some record around Kempton.
Yeah,
Mercy and Prince.
Yeah.
He tried to take the third last home back to France with him.
He'll probably end up backing over in France anyway. But
I put him up on the finishlinepod.com. Check it out if you haven't looked at it already. Yeah. Look, it's Cheltenham's back next week. It's getting the silly season time.
Yeah, we have the open meeting on Friday and Saturday.
We're going to Cheltenham in November.
Yes, we have our usual Wednesday podcast for the weekend, and we have a special guest, do we?
Wednesday?
Yeah.
We
have a special guest.
Yeah.
So there'll be 4 of us chatting.
New face.
4 of us chatting shit on Wednesday, but we'll go straight into the Ante-Post tips, 1 each. Before we start, actually, Andrew, can you turn the brightness up on that? I think that's what's wrong.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes. I knew there was something not right. We've done it.
I've cracked the matrix.
We've cracked the code. We're going to get Andrew to go first.
Jesus,
I can't remember who went first last year. Andrew's going to go first. Okay. 1 each. Tom is going to keep track of all these because people were asking in the comments who ended up with more profit last year. And I think it was Tom. Tom had a good day on the Friday. He had Absolute Tom do the business. Stateman do the business. Was there anyone else?
No, just those two on the Friday, I think. Yeah.
They were enough, to be honest, probably.
Have you got a graphic for mine or not?
No, I didn't do a graphic because I didn't know.
That's fine because I've changed my mind.
Happy days. Andrew.
They'll also be on the finishlinepod.com as well. From I'm going to say Monday. I'll do Monday.
So tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I thought today was Wednesday.
Tomorrow. Andrew, take us away. First Ante-Post selection for the Cheltenham Festival in 2023 from the finishing line. Go.
The first one goes in the Fox Hunters. Or sorry, the Hunter's Chase. Yeah. I know I never put up a horse for the Hunter's Chase.
What?
And it's not
Sorry, I just heard that. You are taking the piss, right?
No, Tom, we have you save your energy now for when this lad start talking.
Oh, I know his. I'm all prepared for his. I'm not prepared for a Fox Hunters tip from you, though.
Fox Hunters, right? It's not Sam Crow for people who are starting getting giddy because he won some Mickey Mouse race around some bog or that way.
In Wicklow. Or Wicklow in a Healy. I think Wicklow just.
Cool, Bogada.
Faustele.
For the Fox Hunters. I was going through the race. And the Billaway's 10 going on 11. Can't have that. Wing Leader owned by the same horse. Or same. What?
Oh, the money that Wing Leader cost me last year. That's
like
still not over it.
Wing Leader. Owned by the same people. But this fella, his whole season is going to be geared around Cheltenham. Very good horse. He was, where do I have it? He's 5-7 last season. Won't run on soft ground, so he'd be campaign for the spring. Come there fresh. Billaway will do his normal thing. Down Royal. I think he was at Leopardstown or somewhere like that. And he'll go to Cheltenham. He met Billaway at Punchestown Festival where he actually went off favours, but he tried to race away when he decided to try to take the last home with him. He's at an age where horses his age do very well in this race. If you go past, I had a bet in front of me.
I'm getting it here to see what price we have for this.
We have 5-1.
I don't have it.
We have 5-1. 5-1. William Hill is the only one I can get off. But you have him, you have Billaway, you have Wing Leader, and you've likes of Bob and Co and all them. This fella gets there one piece, going to have a massive chance. I can see him going off easily 3-1, 5-2 favours if he gets there one piece. Going to be progressive again this season, and I think he has a massive chance, Dave.
Tom, what do you think of those?
I'm just shocked. I'm also imagining. Can you imagine the amount of shit I would get? Firstly, off of you two, and secondly, off the viewers, if I came out with a Fox Hunters tip first up on our Ante-Post preview, and then it turned out to be the 5-1 favourite. I get absolutely annihilated.
Hey, what's this magic word he always preaches, Dave? Value.
What's it going to go off? 2-1 even money? No chance.
This just proves. When did I say 2-1 even money?
What was the Fox Hunters horse that you loved, Tom?
Oh, came to pass that he puts up every year. At least this fella has a realistic chance.
Oh man, I thought he was going to win that time too, Tom. I think you were hard done by, to be honest. I think you were hard done.
Go through the race. Go look at the horse that are entering. A lot of them are gone way past it. A lot of them are absolutely diabolical. And this fella is the one that actually could be progressing. It's not going to take a superstar to win this goddamn race.
Okay.
Winners, you get winners.
I'm not sure what to say, but that's the first one. Yeah.
Gobsmacking people. Now, before people start going off on one,
I like.
Wait till you hear what this fella has to say.
I like Faustele though. I like him, but I'm not sure I'll be backing him right now. Wouldn't be the biggest fan of that race.
I do love the Fox Hunters. That and the cross country.
It hurt me last year.
Yeah, you're out with that now.
Yeah, Tom, do you want to go second or do you want me to go?
Oh no, you're up next. You can get this in as well. Oh boy.
The boys are having a great laugh earlier because
I fell off my chair when you said this.
Of the trainer.
No, this is what I done. I was sitting there watching the match and I seen the name of it. Kate went to me. What's up with you? I just read something I never thought I'd read in my whole life.
Yeah, no, I went back and forth about this, and I like another horse in the race, but I will wait a few weeks before I maybe decide on him and where he's going. And I had another one, and it's a Willie Mullins horse, and I was like, I can leave that another couple of weeks because we probably won't see Willie Mullins' good horses till December kind of time.
You have 3 horses for this race.
No, not for this race. No, I have another horse for this race, but I'm not going to steal him on you, Tom. And I knew you were going to do it anyway. So
he's had to change his mind, by the way.
If he is have to change his mind, then so be it. He's had to change his mind about 4 times already today. Anyway, this is a horse that I think Tom and Andrew liked last year. We seen him out in Henry de Bromhead's. Henry Bromhead trains him. Henry Bromhead's a better trainer of chasers than hurdlers, in my opinion. I think Honeysuckle is a bit of an enigma. Always looked like a 3-mile chaser, and it's Journey with Me for the. And you say that, will you? Because I struggle to say that.
Brown Advisory Novice Chase.
That's the one. I just call it the RSA.
Brown Advisory.
Yeah, but it just gets caught in my fucking Browns advice. See, never mind. The RSA.
Indo.
Journey with Me.
Call it its proper name. Credit to the sponsors. Come on.
The Browns.
Nope, there's no S on the end of it.
The Brown Advisory Novices Chase.
Hello.
Grade 1. And I didn't say each way. I just said straight up, Journey with Me. Henry Bromhead is going to make a better 3-mile chaser. The boys are still laughing.
You didn't even say the Bromhead properly.
I like 3 Stripe Life. I like Sir Gerhard. And this horse was running very well against them in the Ballymore last year. I know Sir Gerhard is probably a big fan of many people. Tom and Andrew both like 3 Stripe Life. He's the other one in the race that I like, but very hard to decide if he's going to go for the Turners or the RSA, whereas I think Journey with Me is definitely a 3-mile chaser and will go for this race. And we were talking about this earlier. I'm going to try and get nailed on selections this year and make sure they go for the races. Comes out and wins his beginner's chase easy enough, which I think he will. He'll probably be slashed in price, as they all are by all the bookies these days. But I think 12-1 is a decent price. Andrew, do you not like Journey with Me anymore?
I can't believe you put up a Bromhead horse.
Yeah, me neither.
He's good at the old championship races at Cheltenham.
Next week he'll be terrible again.
He's not many winners.
Like, no, in fairness, now I was going through a few other races, and I have most of my horses picked out for the year. Like, the prices are diabolical.
Yeah, all the prices are bad.
The prices are absolutely cat.
But Journey with Me is the same price as a stablemate, Life in the Park. I'm positive Journey with Me is a better horse than Life in the Park.
My dark horse, you leave him alone.
Kubo reckons he's 25-1 somewhere. So
he is 25-1 in.
Well, then it's 25-1. That's better again.
There you go. Now it's not too bad. Now I take it back. Well done, Dave.
Just remember, lads, price doesn't matter anyway, so it's fine.
Tom,
that's when they win. You get more money.
What are you thinking about Journey with Me?
Yeah, Dave, I like him, to be fair, and I think 25s isn't a bad price. He was well liked out there. I think they seem to really like him in plenty of Henry's interviews and stuff. He gave him good mentions. And look, he fell obviously when he was going to get beat, but he wasn't going to be a million miles behind 3 Stripe Life. I think 3 Stripe Life would have definitely beaten him, but he would have finished third. I think a season's chasing now will be very interesting. And I wouldn't knock that one at all, to be honest.
Okay.
Sorry, what? I thought we were going to get something mad out.
I just think he's nailed on to be a better chaser than a hurdler, and he was given good races, given good accounts of himself in probably race against horses that were way faster than him. So
yeah, that's true. I
am slightly concerned what is happening here, though, to the show, guys, because have we like swapped roles or something? I don't know what's going on, because you two, the first Ante-Post show, Andrew's tipped a horse in Fox Hunters and Dave's tipped a Henry de Bromhead horse. What is happening?
On the Fox Hunters.
That is a bit weird, all right, but there you go.
Look, I have a list of them. I have to go through them one by one.
Mr. Tom Rain, last but not least, who are you going for?
Yeah, so I I went back and forth today. So I was going to put up Free Stripe Life, but I wanted to put them up for both races, for the Brown Advisory and for the Turners, and I'm not allowed due to the new rules, which is fine. But that means that
about it at all.
we're
Right, let's ask the people.
We are making this harder on ourselves. This year, the prices are so shit that it's going to be so hard to make profit. That is my first little flag or asterisk.
Don't be.
He's back. The pessimism is back.
Don't be pessimistic, and it's only day one.
But look, we'll see. So basically, I don't, as I said to last night, I don't even think Gordon knows what race that horse is going to run it. So we need to leave that one for a bit down the line when he's ran and stuff. Chris, no, can't go any race. That's what I was trying to do. No. So
you weren't trying to do any race.
You were trying to do
put him in one race.
You were trying to do boat races.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with slash the price a little bit and go any race.
But that's essentially what you're doing with two races. He's 12 to 1 for one, 14 to 1 for the other. This happened with State Man.
What price the any race?
Yeah.
That's 6 to 1.
Probably about 6.
That's the difference.
There you go.
Did you say that different?
He said that's the difference because it'll be half the price for any race.
Yeah, but are we not trying to get the best price for people? We wouldn't back him at 6 to 1 for any race when he's not going to go for the Arkle, is he? So he's going to go for one of those two. So you get
imagine he turns up in the Arkle. Oh my days! Imagine he turns up in the Arkle.
You can play that little clip back when he runs in the Arkle now. Yeah.
What are you saying when Facile Vega runs in the Ballymore?
Yeah, sure. Look, I've my bet on him done now. I don't need to do any more.
Sure.
Like so. But Tom, fire away.
Anyway, what that has allowed me to do is come up with this little gem and a horse that I think people have forgotten about. And to be honest, I'd forgotten about a little bit. Dysart Dynamo.
Sorry, what?
I never forgot about him. I just fucking hate him.
Now you wish you'd let me put up Free Stripe Life for two races.
I was going to get slated for Facile, but fuck me.
Dysart Dynamo. Look, very young. Well, you're not young, 6-year-old, but inexperienced horse. Has only had 6 runs in his life. Was absolutely bolting up in a maiden hurdle in the Grade 2 of Punchestown. He was still in front, lads, in the Supreme. I know it was 3 out, but they were a long way clear, and he was still. He had been
a long way from home.
Yeah, there was a long way from home, but they were a long way clear, and I think he would have finished second in the Supreme. I think he'd have beaten John Bon. I think John Bon finished empty. Constitution Hill sprinted clear, obviously. I don't think you could ever say Elephant would have beaten him that day. But I think Dysart Dynamo would have finished second, and that would have been a different story then. They've then gone back to Punchestown 6 weeks later, and he's made a mistake. He's just bombed out, and Patrick's just left and come home in his own time. That's his only bad run. All of his runs before that are very good. He's an absolute monster of a horse. You'd think he's going to be a lot better over fences. He's going to be better with racing as well. He needs to settle and relax. And I really think a fence will help him do that. And I'm quite keen. And then you look at he's going to be put up for the Arkle. John Bon is the 4 to 1 favourite for that. And I think he would have beaten John Bon in the Supreme. It's my opinion. So Gerhard is second favourite. I think he'll go up in trip. El Fabiolo and John Bon are relatively similarly matched. I do think El Fabiolo is the other one in this race who I think he's got scope to improve over fences as well. But he's 8 to 1, and this came down to a price thing for me. Dysart Dynamo, you can get now. It's only in one place, but it's 20 to 1 with Bet365. He's 12 to 1, and pretty much everywhere else you can get 12 to 1 very readily available. But at 20 to 1, I think that is a very, very tasty price, especially when you look at that Supreme form. You've got to appreciate it. Then is next in the market at 8 to 1. He suffers with injuries, obviously. Mighty Potter was disappointing. I know it wasn't his running, but he's got to come back. State Man's going to stay hurdling. Constitution Hill's going to stay hurdling, and then Fildor okay, he has his chance. I'd fancy Dysart Dynamo is better than him. So I thought 20 to 1. I thought that was a bit of an outlier there, price was.
Who was the 2 mile horse that Willie Mullins has that Paul won't ride anymore? That just runs straight through fences.
Cashback.
Yeah, I just envisioned the same thing with this Dysart Dynamo.
I think he's going to be a kamikaze diver.
Yeah, like I actually liked Dysart Dynamo last year as a hurdler, but he just does so much wrong. Like, and I think someone said there he has heart issues as well, which is not a good sign.
With him is, I think he goes so fast that he'll go so fast towards the fence, he will not be able to sort himself out.
Yeah, I just don't think like he should make a better chaser. He's quite a big horse, but like how is he going to go that fast and like be nimble over fences? And he just had no respect for hurdles at all. Like,
I think he'll be much better chaser.
You just got called out as well.
Tom said
me. Why? What did I do now?
Tom said the Supreme was a shit race last week.
Yeah, I did, and I actually went back. And
Look at backtracking.
You can't say nothing on this show.
Oh, you can't.
Happy enough to backtrack. I went back and I watched it again, and it was actually Dysart Dynamo. I forgot Dysart Dynamo fell, basically, and that's why I think he's a bit forgotten horse. Because you normally watch the Supreme from that turn into the straight, and you don't see him. I think if you stuck him in the middle of those two, if a horse wins a grade 1 by 22 lengths, it's either a complete freak of nature, Constitution Hill could be, or the other horses in that race didn't run up to form. And I'm going for they didn't 100% run up to form. Could be wrong.
I don't know. I just think he's too much of a terror.
Do you know what he is? He's very cash back and notebookish.
Yeah, notebook. I mean, he was winning those grade 1s in Ireland and then just couldn't do it at Cheltenham. But he's just, I don't know. I know over the last couple of years, hurdlers that were very free and hard to control end up being better chasers. Gavin had said it a few times on his show up in the Ante. But I honestly just think this fella will fall all the time.
I have visions of him, as I say, going there, balls to the wall, jockey not being able to hold him back, and he just gets there too quickly and doesn't know what to do.
Now, he was exciting in his hurdle races when he won last year, but like he definitely pulls too hard and he got
the right race. He's definitely not going any further than 2 miles.
There's a lot going on there in his brain.
You need that high cruising speed for the Arkle, and you need to travel. And I think your respect fence is better because he's that much bigger. And
there's cruising speed now, and there's a tearaway.
No, look, he's only had 6 races, so I think he'll improve with racing as well. Yeah, I'm happy enough. There's all this stuff about JP not liking the Arkle. I've never really heard that before this John Bond talk.
He doesn't really enter horses or run horses in the Arkle.
Who was the last?
The stats are there to back it up.
Was Fakier the last one he ran there?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, and he hadn't run one in a long time before that.
I
think John Bond is a stayer. He looks to stare to me. Even when he beat El Fabiola, it was the staying power that won it for him.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
It's great. It's all if, buts, and why nots.
It's very if, buts, and maybes at the moment, yeah.
Can I ask something? Do you know the horse? No, go on, sorry.
Bozen said it's not true. Fakir ran it, but before that, for years, there was not many JP horses that ran it. He tends to steer. His horses, for some reason, tend to steer clear of the Arkle.
I'm trying to think now. Did he ever have one that won it?
Sure, Deffy was a 2 mile horse, and he stepped him up and ran him in the is the Turners now. I don't know what it was called then.
What the JN1? Fuck, that's on down wild.
He beat Lost in Translation.
Remember him? Fucking cliff horse. Do you know the horses we put up for horses to follow?
Yeah.
Can we use them?
Yeah. I can't. That's a while ago though.
What do you mean use them?
For this?
As in put them up, like, so you could use one of those and put it up. or you want that whole list put up as well?
No. I was just thinking because I would have put one of them up today, and it's not bloody your man, Marine National. Someone else.
Well, well, you could put him up next week.
Oh, it was the other. I won't put him up next week. I'm not going to put him up. It was the other, the Bromhead horse that you said. Life in the Park.
Gilly
For the horse. Gilly, remember him?
Gilly Billy. Poor Gilly Billy.
Remember him?
For all
fantastic.
Cheveley Park have had some good results. They've had some absolute dogs as well. Some hounds there now.
Oh, I know.
They've done very well the strike rate wise though with what they've bought. Now they've spent.
They also spent 300 grand on Gilly Billy, Tom. So there's a few classic giveaways and
the amount of horses they've bought though. They've bought some very, very good horses for not a lot of numbers.
For a couple of years there, every single horse that the Getaway popped out of his little was getting 300,000 a pop, literally, and not one of them were any good. The big Getaway, he cost a load of money too, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he disappeared. He disappeared like Monkfish. Himself and Monkfish are off somewhere now. I'm not going to go further.
Wrapped up in cotton wool.
Yeah. I fear for Monkfish, Andrew.
I
believe he won't be seen till after the
doesn't
Christmas.
matter, Dave. I believe he won't be the same ever again.
He's not going to be seen ever again. I don't think he's.
I think himself, Fernie now,
top of the
clutching
game.
his straws now to be top of the game. He's gone.
Yeah, but no, Monkfish is like top of the game.
Oh yeah.
You won't ever see the best of him. I don't
beautiful chestnut-looking bastard he was.
Here's one for you lads, and we should go through these, and we can revisit this. We can revisit this at Cheltenham, right? Let's go through the short-priced favourites.
Okay.
And how many are going to make it to the festival? So we got Facile Vega. Constitution Hill is 6-4 for the champion hurdle.
Yeah, answer. Or you're just going to go through.
You say him, and we'll say if we think. Just make the festival.
Yeah, make the festival. There's so many of these short price things that look certainties, and I guarantee you 3 or 4 of these. I reckon 3 of these won't make the festival.
Right, okay. You say him, and we'll say either I'll say make or no, and Andrew can say
make or break.
Yeah.
Okay, Facile Vega.
Make.
I go make on him as well. I think he's a tough heart. Yours.
I think
Constitution Hill.
Doesn't make.
I think he makes it.
Okay. Next one is going to be Energumene for the champion chase, 5-2.
Makes it. Shishkin doesn't.
Doesn't make it.
Shishkin misses half the season.
Energumene doesn't make it in my answer. So. No.
Why not?
I just think he'll get injured. 2 mile chasers.
He's built like
I think there's a possibility he gets injured as well.
Yeah.
Delta work for the cross country, 9-4. I think he'll make it.
Make it.
Yeah, he'll have a handy campaign.
Yeah, he'll do his job.
Allaho, 13-8 for the Ryanair.
Give him the trophy now.
Make it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why he won't make it. Not quite too short, but Flooring Porter 5-1 for the Stayers.
Makes it.
No reason to think why he won't make it. He's never been. Has he been?
No, he was just useless for a while.
Was he not injured when he was younger?
I don't even know if he's.
How old is he, Tom?
He's only turning 7, I think. So he's 7, turned 7, going on 8.
Let me check. Hang on.
I think he makes it
though. Update. Stays out. Flooring Porter is a 7-year-old.
Oh yeah. Makes it.
Yeah. No real long time off. No reason to think he won't make it. The next one is, I think this is the last one as well, lads. And this is a biggie. Galloping Deschamps.
Doesn't make it.
Doesn't make it.
Doesn't make it. Wow, I've got such a massive bad feeling.
I think there's
that
more
horse is
behind it
gonna
than
get-
I think there's more behind it than he just missed a week.
It didn't sound good, in my
No.
opinion, anyway.
As much as
I
it
don't
is,
know, that's Willie talking out loud. Horses can miss a week, and things can go good and bad. If you heard some of our updates, 1 week it's fantastic, 1 week it's terrible. So it can happen. So
who do you think is going to end up out all the novices? Right, this is another question. The good novices coming into this year, like Constitution and all them. Who do you think is going to be the worst out of a lot of them? So we've Constitution Hill. Right, we add the bumpers. Facile Vega, Redemption Day. Who else do we have in the novice winners?
American Mike.
Who in the Ballymore? Sir
Last year.
Gerhard. All of them. Who do you think is going to be not the worst, but fail to deliver?
Redemption Day.
Vaughn and all of them as well.
Redemption Day.
You really don't like him.
No, I think he's too ground dependent.
Okay. You, Tom?
Fried Piper.
I don't know. It's hard to say which one. I honestly do think the best is going to be Facile Vega. I know it doesn't always work like that, but I do think that horse is just an absolute freak of nature. So I do think it will translate that he is the best horse, and I think he could be a future champion among many disciplines.
I agree with Tom. I think Facile has so much going for him that he's probably going to be not by far the best, but really, really good. Constitution Hill is either going to go one way. He's either going to be an absolute freak, or it was a freak performance that he can't do again. He's going to go one way or the other, obviously.
We see so often as well how hard it is for either novices or 2-year-olds on the flat or 3-year-olds. Like, look at that staying race, Elgarov or whatever his name is, St. Ledger winner, lapped. It is so hard and we see it with fillies, don't we, the whole time. They look exceptional against their own sex, and they come out against the boys and they find it a different level. So I'm always wary of horses stepping out from either novice company into open company, which is mainly what it is over in national hunt racing, to be fair. So I'd always be a little bit wary that, how many amazing novices have we seen that don't go on to make it as top?
I've reserves about 2 very good horses last season. Vaughn and Sir Gerhard. Don't know why. Vaughn is the whole 4-year-old coming into.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
That's the only reason. If he does it in it, Jesus, lovely, another superstar. Sir Gerhard, I don't know. There's something about him.
I like Sir Gerhard, but I would have preferred him to stay over hurdles.
I don't know what it is. He never. I don't know what it is. Just something telling me something. He might not have a great season. I could be totally wrong.
He's the other one as well, like injury wise. Like, you go through all of those, some of them are going to get injured.
Yeah, some of them will. And just touching on Redemption Day, because I know a lot of people like him because of the performance at Punchestown, but James's gate ran bad at Punchestown, and it's like people are unwilling to forgive that performance.
Oh, he's ground dependent. But Redemption Day ground dependent. He's another one.
But you flip it for Redemption Day, and you're just totally not seeing the poor performance at Cheltenham because of the good performance at Punchestown. So it's much of a muchness.
It's really on the back of as what Patrick said before. Even Leopardstown was. We've 2 horses we can't really split, and it was Redemption Day and Facile Vega.
I don't know if I believe that. I think
Facile Vega, don't get me wrong, is going to be a better horse on Redemption Day.
I tell you a bit of advice that all men, women, and horse trainers do. Lie.
But they weren't far wrong. If you go on the Punchestown run, was he lying? No. There wasn't much between them.
Just on a small side note, lads, I know I said this to you guys, but if anybody hasn't seen Horsepower, the Andrew Balding, Oisin Murphy documentary on Prime Video, I think it is, it's fantastic. And what I found was it's so good that it gave you that insight to the day-to-day runnings and stuff of horses. Like alcohol free is there. Her coat hasn't quite come. She scoped bad just before her reappearance. She still managed to win on her reappearance. They didn't tell Oisin that she'd scoped badly. It's just all the inside little bits. Oisin fucks up a piece of work. And it's all of these things like you from the outside looking in, you wouldn't think go wrong or could happen. And you would often think that, if somebody says that, then they're like, oh, well, they're lying to me or whatever. But a lot of these things go on without seeing them. And it's, I thought it was fascinating anyway. And from a non-horse racing point of view, even Siobhan got into it. And she gets bored to death with horses by me. But she actually got into it on that side as well. I'd love to see this Netflix style documentary done more with horse racing, because I think that showed that it definitely lends itself to it. And all the inside of the yard and stuff. And yeah, I thought it was fascinating.
They're doing one with Gareth Bale for the World Cup.
Aren't they?
Mm. Yeah, I must get on it. I didn't see it yet.
No, I
heard it's very good.
Yeah, it's on Prime Video, because I have no idea. My Sky bill is ridiculous, so God only knows how much I pay for that. But it is definitely worth a watch if you can get onto it somehow.
Just one more question in the comments. People are asking, do we do handicap races? We would put up horses for any race that we see or think has a chance, but I won't be putting up any handicap horses for a while, and I don't think the lads will either. They're not really the ones we go for when we're given our first.
If it is, it's usually the second last or last episode.
Yeah, we go through February. We go through every race. If you've never,
S's on the end
I don't know what's going on. If you haven't been here before and you're new, subscribe. Andrew has all the stuff there to do all that. He's the YouTube man. Tom, before we go, any Pimlico news?
No, hopefully some runners this week. We've switched it up. I don't know if I said this on the last show. We switched it up with McFeast in an aim to spark some enthusiasm out of him. So he's had a switch of trainer. He's gone to Peter Fahey, so he's on a completely different gallop. He's working on the Curragh. This type of thing. So we're hoping another. He's been very close to winning a race this year, and he's definitely got the ability to do it off of his mark. So we're hoping something just sparks him up to go and do it. So yeah, he should be getting entered now whenever there's a race coming up for him. Alice, I know I was mentioning Cork on the podcast. I think we decided to give Cork a skip, and we're going to hopefully go to the Down Royal meeting. That JN Wine Chase meeting. I think the race is on Friday, so really looking forward to that. It would be great to have a runner on that card. So yeah, she's in good form, and
that was a great decision to miss today.
Oh Jesus, it looked horrific. Yeah, and we definitely wouldn't have beaten the winner anyway. So yeah, no, that worked out well in our favour. And I went to see Ninth Titan, who is our latest horse. I think I mentioned him on the show. Yeah. Have a look at him. Interesting profile. Ran in the French Derby last year. Very, very talented horse. He's also an absolute monster. He's about 17.2, like completely black with a little white sock. Absolute gent of a horse. So yeah, really looking forward to him. You won't see him until next summer though.
Okay, so there was a bit of news after all that.
Yeah, it's like, no, I don't think there's any news. Yeah. Before we go, I see this bet thing coming up in these comments, this football bet. Absolute bullshit of the highest order. That's all I'm saying on that one.
Bloggers?
Yeah, you may as well say it. For the regular viewers, they'll know that we will do this show through the winter, and we'll have numerous episodes where we're putting up tips every week. Regular shows on Wednesday for people that are new here. Some people in the comments have not watched us. like I said, please like and subscribe. It helps build the channel. And
Very good at this now, aren't you?
Andrew has the website. Give him the website there, Andrew.
The finishlinepod.com. The link is in the description.
Lots of news there. The selections will be up, and Andrew puts up a daily selection and selections at the weekend as well.
From 2V.
From us as well, to go with the video that we do usually on a Wednesday. So
yeah, so Wednesday, normal weekend preview. Usually Thursday then we do the Ante-Post one goes out, and Sunday at 8 o'clock live every week for the jump season.
So episode 1, myself, journey with me for the Brown Advisory Novices Chase. Got it right. Tom is...
mine is Dysart Dynamo for the Arkle. And we should just add, some people asking it, they each way or win. Mine are going to be win unless I say each way. So win.
Win for me as well. And Andrew's is?
Vausile.
For the Fox Hunters. Thank you for watching. We'll see you Wednesday.